ALCOA++ is the set of principles that keep clinical trial data trustworthy from first capture to final archive. Today, we'll cover why integrity matters, what the 10 attributes are, and how to apply them across paper, electronic, and hybrid systems. Let's start with the why. Regulators view weak record keeping as a direct risk to patient safety. Warning letters for data integrity failures have climbed since 2008, and between 2014 and 2018, roughly 4 out of 5 of those letters pointed to issues tied to these principles. If the underlying evidence can't be trusted, everything that follows, including risk-benefit assessment, dosing, labeling, and even approval, starts to wobble. That's why data integrity is treated as foundational, not optional. So, what is ALCOA++? It grew from guidance in the 1990s to define good documentation practice. Today it spans good clinical practice and good manufacturing practice, and applies across the wider GXP landscape. It sets out 10 attributes. The original 5 are attributable, legible, contemporaneous, original, and accurate. The additional 5 are complete, consistent, enduring, available when needed, and traceable. Attributable means every data point shows who did it and when, and use unique accounts and validated audit trails, not shared logins. Legible is about readability that lasts, no fading ink, and no file formats you won't be able to open in a few years. Contemporaneous ties the moment of entry to the moment of observation. Devices should capture date and time automatically, and clocks must be synchronized to an external standard through a network time source. Original says you preserve the first capture or a certified true copy created under controlled procedures, and keep dynamic data like device waveforms or event logs from electronic clinical outcome assessments available. Finally, accurate means the record matches reality. Use calibrated instruments, validated interfaces and transfers, and amendment logs that never overwrite the original, and record the reason for change where appropriate. Complete ensures nothing essential is lost. You keep data, metadata, and the audit trail. Even when you correct an error, the original remains visible. Consistent looks at order and alignment. Records should read like a diary, not shuffled cards. Definitions, units, and timestamps should line up across the lifecycle. Enduring focuses on longevity. Data must remain intact and usable for the full retention period, with suitable formats, backups, archiving, and tested disaster recovery plans, ideally without hardware lock-in. Available when needed is about timely retrieval. Authorized users should be able to retrieve records quickly, supported by indexed storage, reliable systems, and clear access roles. Finally, Traceable closes the loop. Any change to data or metadata is captured without hiding the original, so you can reconstruct the full history of who did what, when, and why. Beyond the attributes, regulators expect risk-based, trial-specific, proactive, and ongoing audit trail reviews focused on critical data. Reviews may be manual or technology-assisted, but document scope, frequency, responsibilities, and outcomes. Integrity is shared across investigators, sponsors, and service providers, including cloud and software-as-a-service vendors. Contracts and procedures should ensure investigators retain independent access to their records, and no single party should have exclusive control. How do you put this into practice? First, map your data flow end-to-end. Start at first capture and follow the trail to final archive. Tag each step with the 10 attributes and the gaps will reveal themselves. Second, build validation at the source. Calibrate devices, enforce eCRF edit checks, validate interfaces and transfers, lock down roles before first patient in, and protect PHI with authenticated access. Third, foster a culture of integrity. Train people on the why, not just the how, and run ongoing risk-based audit trail reviews focused on critical data. Fourth, rehearse inspections. Time how long it takes to retrieve the original record, the audit trail, and any corrections. If it's slow, tighten indexing, storage, and retrieval paths. A few pitfalls include untracked spreadsheets and ad hoc extracts, shared or generic credentials, clocks not aligned to an external time standard, and losing dynamic source data or blurring certified copies with originals. To wrap up, ALCOA++ gives you 10 attributes: attributable, legible, contemporaneous, original, accurate, complete, consistent, enduring, available when needed, and traceable. These work together to make data reliable, reconstructible, and inspection-ready. Apply them end-to-end, and you reduce findings, protect participants, and support confident decisions throughout the trial lifecycle. If you're implementing ALCOA++ and want practical support across audit trails, validation, and GXP compliance, contact us at inquiries@quanticate.com or submit an RFI through our website.